Is anybody coming back from injury this week, Shotty?
There's guys moving around better. I think as the week goes, there's a few guys that we might be able to get back, but it's hit and miss. Today's a day that you'll probably see more guys on the grass, but being on the grass doesn't necessarily mean that they're cleared to play. So there's a process, that they go through, Clarence, where, it's with, the trainers, and then they do some more on the grass, and then they move into mocks, and then they move into practice. But we are getting healthier. But to the extent of it, I'm not going to share that at this point.
Well, the Cowboys
not going to share it.
The Cowboys injury report came out after practice today, and buckle up, get your popcorn because it's a long read. I'll give you the 3 players that were full participants.
Yeah,
Kenneth Murray, who we know was dealing with a knee, he was a full participant, so that's good for your linebacking room. 2 guys that are in that 21-day window that are now cooking, Jonathan Mingo, and Kalen Carson were both full participants in practice today. As far as their game stats, we'll have to wait and see, but they're trending in the right direction.
Who do you think comes back first, Mingo or Carson?
You need Carson more because you need help at the cornerback room more than you need at the receiver room.
With Flournoy blowing up, you're
then probably like, hey, maybe
Mingo,
another week.
One more week.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Carson. And also, if Carson and Mingo were to play, someone has to be taken off of the 53-man roster. There's not spots open for them right now.
Oh, you have 2 guys.
Yeah, two guys have to be taken off. Now, that answer, you might have the answer right here because I'm going to give you guys the injury report from the guys that were limited. Wanye Thomas, who was filling in for the injured Malik Hooker with the ankle, he was limited. Tyler Smith, your all-pro left guard, with the knee, he was limited. Your backup running back, Miles Sanders, with the knee and the ankle, he was limited. Marshawn Nealon, one of your defensive ends with the ankle, he was limited. James Houston, our favorite defensive end right now with the knee, he was limited. Tyler Guyton with the concussion.
That's a new addition, isn't it?
That is a new addition.
Yeah, because James wasn't on the injury report last week.
As far as guys, Wanye and James Houston are new additions. The rest of the guys were kind of banged up last week as well. Tyler Guyton, your left tackle with the concussion, he is still limited. Trayvon
limited or out?
Limited.
Okay.
Limited. All the guys I'm giving you right now are limited. Trayvon Diggs with the knee was limited. Cornelius, your like third, second string offensive lineman that comes in with the knee, he was limited. I will say, on the injury designation, it says knee twice. Knee/knee. Doesn't say that for anybody else.
So both knees.
I guess both knees.
Both knees.
Jadeveon Clowney with the hip, he was limited.
Oh, Lord.
So you got Clowney, Houston, and Nealon. 3 of your defensive linemen were all limited today. Guyton and Cornelius, your tackles, were limited. And Tyler Smith, your guard, was limited. Trayvon Diggs and Sanders were limited. Deron Bland with the shoulder was limited. And now the next 5 players I'm going to list did not even practice at all. So it gets worse, Cowboys fans. Donovan Wilson with the elbow and knee did not practice. Kavontae Turpin with the foot did not practice. Jack Sanborn with the concussion did not practice. And then no CD and no Booker.
Wow, that's a lot to digest.
Pretty much the whole team.
I'll tell you what. So while let's keep the good injured vibes going. This is Shotty on when asked about Shavon Revel, your 3rd-round pick, who we still haven't heard much about.
Still taking our time with that. Young player, very talented player. And just like with all the guys that we have to make these decisions on, we're going to be very selective with that because it does put you in a time frame where you have to make a decision, in 3 weeks. And but I really like what he's doing. Another guy that's out there on the grass doing a lot of good things.
Doing a lot of good things. You know me. I like to, there's a Billy Joel song called I Go to Extremes. And he wrote that as an homage to his mother, who's bipolar. Mm-hmm. And, of course, anybody that knows bipolar, you go from one extreme to the other. And so I'm that way with some of my sports takes, okay? Now, when I first heard that, I thought to myself, this doesn't bode well for Revel.
I thought the same thing.
All right.
We mentioned it pre-show. When you get off of a player 5 seconds into an answer about specifics,
start generalizing. Well, guys are going to take time.
All the young guys, we like all of them in the building. They're all putting in the work. They're on the grass. Then it's not like a bad thing inherently, but it's also not really a good thing. He's just kind of grouping you with everybody versus talking glowingly. Like, I'm going to use a Mavericks reference. Jason Kidd is like going out of his way to talk about Dennis Smith Jr. And it's like he's showing up at practice. He's giving us something on
giving
the
you specific examples on why he's excited about said person.
Yes.
My man Shotty went into generalizations.
Give us the first 10 seconds again of that.
There you go.
Listen, tell me if you are Siobhan Revel's family. If you hear this and you go, Man, my boy's playing this weekend.
Hold on, I got to pull it back up.
Oh, you're
One
good.
second.
You're good. You're good. I know we're kind of scrambling.
Just all over the place.
Call us at
Well, and that's why Jake's number 3 on the PPR. Dylon probably would have had that ready to go by now. So.
I know they're gonna recall.
I'm ready for these guys. Nice try, Fred. Nice try. Dylon, but he was number 2 on your ranking,
2
correct?
on mine. Trevor at the one.
But Jake was number 3 on both of ours, wasn't it?
No, he was number. I thought he was number 1.
No,
for
he
you.
was number 2. He was number. No, that's right. Degenerate Jake was number 2 on mine. Dylon was number 1, and you had Trevor as number 1 in yours.
Yeah.
But was Jake 2 or 3 for you?
3.
Oh, wow.
I told him that when he walked in. I gave the reasoning.
Okay, this was.
Here's the first 10 seconds.
Here's the clip.
Still taking our time with that. Young player, very talented player, and just like with all the guys. That
5 seconds in. 5 seconds in. Because here's the thing about Shotty. Shotty is not afraid to dig deep and go down a rabbit hole on a person.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Hunter Lipke. We heard all off.
So what is Shavon doing? Glad you asked. And then he'll ask the question inside the question about a player. So the fact that
I can't say enough about Spanford.
The fact that he went and pivoted away from our boy Revel within 5 seconds of being asked about him kind of gives you an idea. And I've said this before, and I'm going to say it one more time, probably actually 3 or 4 more before not before the show's over, but in due time. He's coming off an ACL injury. All right. I thought it was 2025. We've got guys coming. Kirk Cousins was playing off an Achilles. Aaron Rodgers was playing within a year off an Achilles. All right. Old ass dudes playing off Achilles. Now, I get it. The athleticism needed to be a corner versus a quarterback are night and day different. But, we're talking about dudes in their middle to late 30s, early 40s in some cases, and a dude that's in his early 20s. So my thing is, look, and this is where I say I think, and I don't want to be hot take guy, but if you told me that we won't see Shavon Revel in 2025, I would not be surprised.
Would you also?
And I'm trending in that direction.
Would you also group Overshown in the won't see in 2025?
Now, Stephen Jones said on these airwaves that he wouldn't be surprised, and I'm paraphrasing here, that he could be available not long after the bye.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what does that mean? Week 11, week 12, right? Their bye week's in week 10, which is what? Middle of November?
Correct.
Somewhere in there. All right.
Middle to late November.
I don't expect to see Revel, and I think
before the calendar or before the Cowboys.
I don't expect to see Revel this season. I don't. I don't think if him recuperating from an ACL, because we're past the year point now. All right, we are past. He tore his ACL in what, week 3 of his senior season?
I believe so.
All right, and we're now well over a year removed from that. Look, Ryan Flanoy at BFU State came back from an ACL injury in 6 months. All right, we heard about it. He tore his ACL and 6 months later was coming back from it. So again, every human being's different. All right, but there's just something about it, and I go back to it. You brought this up during the break when we were talking about it. We haven't seen a clip of him rehabbing, working out. We've heard nothing about it, so I'm guessing somebody asked the question today in the media scrum. The last time we saw Shavon Revel, he jumped and I'm not gonna say he landed awkwardly,
never came down,
but we ain't seen him since. All right, Cowboys media hasn't posted anything, and they've had him working out, under a cloak of darkness, because he looked a little gimpy off of just a jump on some grass.
We had that clip go out because remember that day there was 2 clips. There was one of him looking healthy and everyone getting hype.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember exactly if it was Clarence or Patrick Walker or Bobby.
One of the Calvin that did.
Calvin. Someone posted the video of him not looking good, coming down gingerly. And I feel like that was the last video / picture we got. That was Oxnard.
We have seen nothing from Shavon Revel since that picture or that video. Okay, and again,
if we have, send it to us.
The Cowboys have offered nothing. Unless somebody's asked about it, we have heard nothing about. And I asked Jerry about it a couple weeks ago on KNC, and he gave a very meandering type answer. So, again, I don't think we're going to see Shavon Revel in 2025.
Do you think it's...
And I'm okay with that. I'd rather have him back 100%.
This is we got him in the 3rd round. He's a first-round talent.
Yeah.
We think he can be a cornerstone cornerback because maybe we don't believe in Diggs being here long-term, so we don't want to throw it in for this season.
What's Diggs got left on his contract anyway? Another year?
He's done after this year. He's a free agent after this year.
Oh, there you go.
So I would assume that goes into it of like, we want to make sure that we have Diggs replacement. So rushing him back out there and getting him hurt is obviously not beneficial rather than just waiting. We have Diggs and Bland out there, so we have. It's not like Shavon Revel was going to come in and be your number 1 corner day 1 tomorrow if he was healthy.
No,
so
and that was
a work
in
progress.
And that was the whole point of my question for Jerry. Was I said, you even admitted last year that you got out over your skis when you thought that you could plug in Guyton and Cooper Beebe and have them be your starting left tackle and center. And, oh, by the way, you're moving them to new positions, right? So, I mean, talk about just the buffoonery that went into that decision. And I think that's why, to your point, Kalen Carson, seeing what he comes back and what he looks like in the next week or two, and when he gets activated back to the active roster is going to be so huge, because at that point it's like, all right, if Kalen can come back and be a serviceable cornerback for you, that buys you time at the very least. Then you can go ahead and tell Revel, who look, whether Carson comes back 100% or not, rushing Revel back, or what you would expect to see from him, especially in a high leverage situation when a dude's coming back and hasn't been 100% forever. I mean, I think that we're asking for a little bit too much.
Okay, so Diggs is still under contract, but his guaranteed money stops.
That's what it is. Okay, that makes sense.
2029, he's a completely unrestricted free agent, but all of his guaranteed money was $33 million, which was in a signing bonus. His 2023 money and his 2024 money, and $9 million of the 2025 salary is guaranteed on the 5th league day, so that's already done. You can get off of the money. He's not a full unrestricted free agent after this year.